gonna start by taking the shrink wrap off of a fresh copy of Saving Private Ryan.
Hello, welcome to the video, and welcome to this video, which is in the video about a band called VHS. Technically, we already did a video about VHS last year, but it was only 3 minutes long and is easily the laziest piece of content that I've ever thrown into the internet ocean, and, well, VHS deserves better, so they are going to be the subject of Band Bmonday 3. And this is a great time for me to be reviewing a band called VHS, because my fiancé and I recently discovered a TV VCR combo sitting out by the dumpster by our house, and the thing works fine, works properly. The VHS tapes today, we realized, only cost like $1 a piece, so we can buy whatever tapes we want. I thought that owning a VCR in 2021 would be a novelty that wears off in like a week or two, but it actually unlocked a childhood dream that I forgot that I had. Like, I'm building a little personal Blockbuster video in my dining room, and pretty soon I'm gonna have one of these in every room of the house. And yeah, sure, they're cheap and free these days because it's all outdated, but oh my god, 9-year-old me could never imagine such opulence. They say that physical media is dead. Warning, if the label is broken, you must purchase this video. Oh, how the power structure has flipped upside down, dear Blockbuster. Now, the first thing I ask myself of this band, VHS, this horror metal band from Canada, is the band name. Is it a reference just to VHS tapes, or is it an acronym for something else? And I decided that, you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is the music. If you are new to the channel, and I imagine that's going to be all of the 5 of you that watch this video, we don't review music the old-fashioned way here. You need to know that mainly I'm just going to share my general feelings. If you want a deep dive, song-by-song breakdown that goes into musical theory and lyrical themes, just search for metal reviews on YouTube, and I promise you, you will have more options than Blockbuster had for movie options at its peak. There are more people reviewing metal on this website than there are VHS tapes currently clogging your local recycling center. But no tape by VHS the band should be anywhere near a recycling center, you rube. Because first of all, I don't think this type of plastic is even recyclable. But also, they are outstanding. This is a hidden gem. The main release that I want to focus on in this video is 2020's Gore Beyond the Stars, because my first impression of it is that there's just a lot of variety to talk about. There's songs that remind me of different styles of metal in here. For example, the second and third tracks sound to me like, you know, pure old school death metal with horror samples. Then in the fourth we get more of the slam gutturals for the first half. And then for the 5th track of the album, my favorite, we get surprisingly this mix of like every style possible that shouldn't work but somehow does. It's like heavy metal, hair metal instrumentally, with a vocal mix of like slam, death, hair, and black metal vocals. It's a rough combination that I didn't realize I needed in my life until there it was. I don't know if George Fisher and King Diamond have ever gotten together to do a collaboration, but if they haven't, you can just listen to this instead. It might not be for you. You might say that you don't like that mashup, or maybe you just don't think the title's accurate, but you know what, if that's the case, fine. That's okay, because the next song might be for you. It's a little bit closer to grindcore, or maybe it's slam again. I don't know which. I'm sorry. But before you correct me on genres, look at my channel name. It's not ironic. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a poser, and I'm sensitive, okay? The way that these songs are laid out, I kind of imagine them as VHS tapes. You go into a store and the tapes are separated by genre, and here on the horror wall, each song is its own, you know, unique tape. Maybe that was intentional, or maybe that's just me reading way too far into the band name, but it's a fun way to think about it. And mind you, I'm not trying to insinuate that like the album is all over the place or sloppy. No, it's coherent. I'm just talking about the variety because I think it makes it endlessly re-listenable. I did not get bored at any point. Much like Titanic, which manages to somehow be watchable over 3 hours of length, this record, Gore Beyond the Stars, is a miracle of great pacing. If you think things are slowing down, suddenly the next song, it's going to kind of have like an acceleration to it, almost like you know, a runaway rocket ship, or the ever-quickening march of our immortal years. There is, of course, an overarching outer space theme to this release, and lots of elements from the artwork to the intro. Some of the samples really help to establish that tone. Most of the song titles reference outer space or horror movies set in outer space. For example, you've got the opening track, Blast Off, followed by the title track, Gore Beyond the Stars. Then you got From Crystal Lake to Space, and then Steve's Back from Space, and then there's a song called You've Run Out of Space, which, yeah, I sure have. I cannot wait to get my phone upgraded. Gotta get more gigs. The best song title here for me, though, is the 11th track, Space Jam. Now, I don't pay attention to lyrics, but I'm going to assume that Space Jam is about the jam that the ogre makes out of eyeballs in the DreamWorks slasher horror classic Shrek. This is similar to how 2019's We're Gonna Need Some Bigger Riffs had a bit of a nautical theme to it, and based on their social media, it looks like VHS is planning on a vampire-themed release coming up soon, so fingers crossed that Lestat can be available for some guest vocals. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. So I guess I've arrived at the point where I rate the band. VHS has earned our highest and only rating here at The Average Poser, a respectable good out of 10. Frankly, they would have achieved that ranking if I hadn't even listened to a single song. I would have given them a good out of 10 just based on the album artwork alone because, I mean, come on. Yeah. There is, of course, a link to VHS's Bandcamp in the description below. Please like, subscribe, and be safe. Don't light fires in outer space.
Today we're going to be looking at the bonus footage. Make sure you don't forget to get that static electricity off of the front of the box as we insert it and listen to the